Bang!
Bang, bang.
What is new?
Well, it's July.
It is July.
Very excited.
It's a new studio. You might notice if you were watching us on YouTube that we've got some new digs here. We're actually building out a studio that's going to be super kick-ass, and this is a part of it, so we're getting there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
It already is awesome.
It is. It is. It's going to be even more awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're excited?
I'm excited about today.
Too.
Yeah. Part of the reason we're excited about today is that this video on what is mastery is a throwback to another video we did, which has actually become one of the most viewed videos for us in terms of people, I guess, wondering about what the channel is all about, right? So we're going to talk through what mastery is to the both of us today, and what you're going to walk away with are some ideas about how to pursue it yourself. So there is a spectrum along the path of mastery. We're going to go through that, and you get to find out where you're at in the process and how to go even further.
And be really excited about it too.
Indeed.
Yeah. So as Adam said, it really is a pursuit, right? We're pursuing mastery, and the first thing that came to my mind was in the question of what is mastery and the pursuit of mastery. For me, it's never really a destination, and so. As we were creating what this episode was going to be about, I wrote the word asymptote. Do you know what an asymptote is?
Asymptote?
Yeah.
I feel like you're calling me something.
So
It's a cross between an ass and a zygote. Mtote. An imptote.
Yeah, totes and goats.
Yeah.
So an asymptote is a term that is used in calculus, where if you're looking at an XY graph, it never reaches an axis, but it gets closer and closer and closer, but never really touches it.
I think it would be this way.
Yeah, like this.
Right.
So, so when I think about mastery, I really think of an asymptote.
Because you never really achieve mastery.
Yeah,
you only keep learning more and more and more, right?
Yeah. And even the whole Bruce Lee thing, when he talks about like he would achieve all the levels, the last level of mastery, his master said to forget everything that you learned, and just have it be like a self-expression.
Right.
So there's no real, at least for me, no real definition of mastery. There are certain milestones which we'll touch on for the spectrum, but even then, there's always something that you could be doing more.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. It's the idea of beginner's mind all the way through.
Yeah.
Right? So Nick teased it a little bit, but there is a spectrum that we are on when we're on the path of mastery. And at the very beginning, if you're someone who is new to this channel or this show, or new to money in general, in terms of your financial education, you may be at the very beginning, which is just budgeting, like figuring out how much do you have and how much do you owe and all of that. On the far other end of that spectrum, you might get to a point where we're talking about things like financial freedom and having more passive income coming in than you have expenses. It could be investing and trading in the Forex market or buying real estate. So there's a number of different paths or stops along the way in that spectrum. What are some other ones that you can think of?
Some other ones are, if you are in debt, one of the steps is to actually be debt-free. So whether it's student loan debt, credit card debt, a mortgage, car payments, whatever the case is, being debt-free is one of them. And then another milestone is really, once you have all your debts paid off and you are no longer paymented, as Adam likes to say, you really have this extra money that you can save with the intention of investing. And Adam touched on the last end of the spectrum, which is really where your money is working for you and you're not necessarily working for money. When I had attended Adam's conference, his definition of wealth was when your passive income streams meet and exceed your monthly expenses. And so for me, I've always had that as the end goal for me, because then I really could do whatever I want. And as we're heading into July 4th and independence and freedom, it's perfect.
Yeah. I just actually did an interview with a friend of ours by the name of Diego Corzo, who gave this equation. He talked about it on a video that he posted on Facebook not too long ago. And it was, what % free are you? So on a monthly basis, he is 80% free or 75% free, meaning his passive income is about 75% of what his monthly expenses are.
Oh, that's cool.
So he was tracking it on a % free kind of basis, which is an interesting way to look at it. So what we want to leave you with on this episode is that the path of mastery really is a process. There is no end point. It's something that you're on and you're choosing to be on for a good long time. I mentioned in our first video on what is mastery that we should all be pursuing mastery in something. And so for me, it's been mastery of money and mastery of speaking. And for you, it could be mastery of something else. It could be mastery of knitting or mastery of meditation, right? But we believe that money should be one path that you're on in the pursuit of it. And the way to know that you're on that path is by reading books on money. And we have a number of reviews that we've done on the site, which we encourage you to check out, as well as going and attending conferences on the topic, and also buying courses on the topic that might lead you down the path of budgeting or investing or what have you.
Yep.
Yeah, anything to share?
What I would say is there was something that I read, and it was particularly around a coaching program. And what this guy said was, me and my wife invest in coaching programs because we see the value in, one, learning from people who have made mistakes already, and it actually saves them money by spending money on courses.
Cool.
So for me, mastery, it's really an investment in yourself, investment in how you can show up in the world, because if you do want to knit or if you do want to learn how to meditate, maybe not meditation, but it requires money, right? If you want to meditate with the monks and travel there, then it does require money.
Then it does cost money.
So pursuit and mastery of money is definitely something that's important.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So our challenge to you on this episode is this: create your own definition of the pursuit of mastery for yourself. It is a 100% personal thing. For me, it involves reading X number of books a year, attending conferences, and subscribing to courses. Nick's version of mastery might be completely different.
It's having a mentor.
There you go. I love that, which costs him nothing, by the way. He buys me coffee every now and again from Dunkin'. So define what is mastery to you. We look forward to helping you along that path. And do us a favor, tell us what it means. Put it down in the comment section below, or send us an email to questions@masteryofmoney.com. We would love to answer it for you. Like, subscribe, share the video and podcast with your friends. And I think that's it.
We'll see you next time.
Next time.